Yo, what's up, Pokemon trainers and fans? Welcome to Tipsy Spinda. I'm your host, Tipsy, and today we're gonna go over my top 5 Pokemon that you will never own in a main series game. But before that, I'd like to remind everybody that we are still doing the Pokemon Blue giveaway. It ends on the 25th of August. All you have to do is comment your name under one video made between August 5th and August 25th of this year. So that means this is the third one that you can enter in. All you have to do is comment your name, and you may enter to win a Pokemon Blue cartridge. And it does still save. I already tested it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on with the video. Number 5. Now, number 5 is a bit of a gray area because you can technically own it and also not. And that would be Baby Kangaskhan, because I mean, you can own a Kangaskhan, but you can't own the baby one separately. And it kind of looks like it would be almost a pre-evolution, but you know, it can be born with it in there, so So yes, you can have a Kangaskhan, but you'll never own specifically a baby Kangaskhan. And no, baby Kangaskhan is not a Cubone. A Cubone is not a baby Kangaskhan. I know there's the beta art, but no. And I know it's a popular theory, but I disagree. And I will actually do a video debunking this theory later on. So yeah, you will never be able to find a baby Kangaskhan out in the wild on its own. My quick theory for that is, you know, it's kind of like a real-world Joey for a kangaroo. You know, it can't really survive without its mother until it's grown up. So yeah, it wouldn't live long enough for you to catch it. So yeah, you'll never own a baby Kangaskhan on its own. Alright, time for number 4. A not shiny Snorlax. Now as you can see, this is a shiny Snorlax. This is a shiny Snorlax next to a regular Snorlax. The shades are barely noticeable when they're, you know, not next to each other, but when they're next to each other, it's pretty easy. Now you might be wondering what I mean by not shiny Snorlax. What the heck is that? Well, in the Pokemon anime, there are actually 2 versions of this non-shiny Snorlax that is a different color, though one of them is a little interesting. The first one, which is the really weird one, is the red Snorlax. So, in the Pokemon Chronicles anime, you know, the little anthology series they had, Jesse and James are tasked by some Team Rocket admin to go catch this, to go steal this red Snorlax from some building. Okay? Well, it turns out to be... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Go look for it yourself. But this is not the only alternate color of Snorlax that's been seen. You ever heard of Snowlax? Well, this here's Snowlax. During one of the Pokemon Christmas specials, I believe it was during Gen 2, they had a group of snowman Snorlaxes. Or Snorlax? Yeah. So I call it Snowlax. Because, yeah, puns. But yeah, it's something you'll never own. It's kind of a shame too. I think a red Snorlax and a Snowlax would be pretty cool. Maybe for a regional variant one day. Game Freak, I hope you're watching, because that would be totally awesome. Let's bring Snorlax a regional variant. Now on to number 3. So just real quick, this is what a Shiny Butterfree looks like. And this is not, okay? You would be forgiven for thinking that a pink Butterfree is a shiny Butterfree. But no, as of right now, unless they come up with a regional variant with a pink shiny, you will never own a pink Butterfree. So as adorable as this looks, you will never have it. It will never be yours. Okay? Bye Bye Butterfree was probably the saddest episode of the entire anime since Gen 1. Which, funny enough, that was in Gen 1. Although, there's also another version of Butterfree that you will never own either. It's the Orange Island Archipelago variety of Butterfree. Now, maybe Game Freak might one day come up with a game where you can catch this. But at the moment, this is a Butterfree you will never own. Ever. So if you want some other kind of Butterfree, this is your only non-normal Butterfree that you can ever own at the moment. Not including Gigantamax. Now coming in at number 2, we have purple/pink Keklian. Now I know what you're thinking, wait, isn't that a shiny Keklian? Well, no. No. To the left, you see a shiny Keklian. On the right, you see a well, just a regular Keklian. The purple/pink Keklian is from Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, specifically, well, any of them, at least that I've played. Red Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team, Explorers of Sky, Darkness and Time. He's basically a merchant, and he's got a brother that's a regular Keklian. And growing up, I always thought that the purple Keklian was the shiny, just because of this, until I actually found one in the wild, and I was just so disappointed that literally all that changes is its stripe. Okay, purple Keklian should be the shiny. I mean, look at this. This is perfection. I mean, sure, we already have like a lot of shiny, well, pink shinies, but purple Keklian is like awesome, and that's saying something. I don't normally like fake out shinies quite as much as, you know, regular shinies, but this one, this hurt quite a bit. Now, before we move on to number 1, I would real quick like to give some honorable mentions. First up is the non-English/Latin alphabet unknown that you see in Pokemon the Movie 3. Because, yeah, that would be pretty cool, even though, you know, Unknown's weak. It's still supposed to be this really cool Pokemon. I kind of dig it. I like the concept behind it, but, yeah, these Unknown that you see here, we will never have. Or likely will never have. And then there's Shadow Lugia from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. The only reason it's an honorable mention is because technically you can get it in a main series game, but it won't be Shadow Lugia by the time you can. By the time you trade it over, it's just a regular Lugia. And that's from GameCube to the Game Boy Advance, so, But still really cool concept. I like the design. I just think it's really cool. And then, of course, there's the original Dragon Pokemon that is basically a mix of Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem. I just feel like we likely will never have that, but you know, hey, maybe in the future when there's a Gen 5 remake, maybe we'll actually get to have it. Who knows? But for now, there is no one dragon, which, yeah, like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at number 1. Now, this one is one that I am very sad we don't have, though I suppose there is a chance that we might get it in a Gen 4 remake, but I'm not sure it's going to happen because I don't expect Mega Evolution to return, and without Mega Evolution, I don't see this coming either. And number 1 is Primal Dialga. Of course, you know, this is why I don't think we're going to get it. You know, for one, I doubt they're going to bring back Mega Evolution, as I already said, because that was kind of the whole point of getting Primal Reversion with Groudon and Kyogre. But if we do, I don't even think it'll be this design if we get a Primal Dialga. So this Primal Dialga we will never have. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, where did this Pokemon come from? Well, those of you who have played Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, Explorers of Sky, Darkness, or Time have seen Primal Dialga. It is basically your final boss for the main game. And then you have like the post game, which is really long. It's actually kind of cool. It's almost like a sequel in the game. But I digress. Yeah. And you know, like this, I feel would be super cool to have in a game. You know, this is like the most terrifying thing in that whole game. Because, look, imagine being a little Chimchar fighting a giant dragon like that. The only reason I was able to beat it was because I found the TM for Brick Break and decided to use it. I was like, yes, I found it. And even that didn't help all that much. It helped maybe a little bit. So I got my butt kicked several times by this guy. In fact, even in a Zelda game, I've never been beaten by a boss that many times. I stopped counting after a couple hundred, okay? And what's really cool is the dungeon you find him in. It's basically your final dungeon, so it's really cool. And, you know, with this being like your big, ominous temporal tower, this place that just screams doom and gloom, with this being the final dungeon, it just builds anticipation. For those of you who haven't played the Gen 4 Mystery Dungeon games, you need to. They are awesome. And Primal Dialga is by far the most terrifying final boss I've ever fought in a game. Ever. So anyways, that's been our top 5 Pokemon that you will never own. Please feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and if you want that Pokemon Blue, you had better go ahead and enter because time is running out. We have precisely 11 days until the contest ends. So please do go ahead, subscribe, and comment your name and enter for that Pokemon Blue, and I will send it right to you. Thank you for watching and have a great day. I'll catch you later.